好的，那么接下来呢，我们就来讲一下第3和第5题。我们首先来看一下第16套题的第3题，也是先阅读一下材料。我们抓住3个关键点，大家还记得吗？是谁做了什么，又出于什么原因？抓住这3个关键点呢，咱们总结的时候就非常方便了。The situation at the health center is unacceptable. You sit in a crowded waiting room for hours, waiting to get treatment for minor ailments. Then, when it's your turn, you get about 3 minutes with an overworked doctor. I have 2 suggestions. First, the health center needs to hire more doctors so that each patient receives quality treatment. And as far as the wait time issue is concerned, the health center is currently open only on Monday through Fridays, which means that people who get sick over the weekend wait until the following week to get treatment. So opening the health center on weekends should solve that problem too. The man expresses his opinion about the students' suggestions that are made in the letter. State the man's opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion. 你看到我们首先要做是先把这个男士的这个观点总结出来，然后再把另外一个人对他的评价总结，然后最后呢说出那个人对他评价的这样一个原因。能知道题目的要求之后我们还是先听一下听力。
Listen to 2 students discussing the letter.Did
you read that letter in the paper?
Sure. And though she's right about the problems, I don't think what she proposes will do much good.
Really?
Yeah. Take her first suggestion. I mean, have you seen the health center?
Of course. Why?
Well, it's tiny, right? The center suffers from lack of space. So unless they build more treatment rooms or offices or something...
Oh, I see.
And also, her second suggestion?Seems
like that'll help things out.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, think about it. A lot of students aren't even here on the weekends.
That's true.
They leave town and get away. There's not a lot of people here.
Yeah, like me. I go home probably at least twice a month.
Right. And a lot of us leave campus for the weekend even more often than that. So there's just not a lot of demand for treatment then. See what I mean?
好的，听力听完了呢，咱们一起来参照一下这个答案。首先第一步，先总结一下那个发出意见的那个人的观点。The writer suggests that health center hire more doctors so that each patient receives quality treatment, and that health center open on weekends in order to treat people who get sick over the weekend. 一句话把那个 reading material 里面他表述的观点和原因表示出来。The man in the conversation doesn't think the 2 suggestions will do much good. 那么为什么会反对这样一种观点呢？还是依据那个男士的这样2种原因来进行作答。As for the first suggestion, the man says the health center is tiny. It suffers lack of space. Unless it builds more treatment room or offices, problems can't be solved. About the second suggestion,The man says most students aren't here on weekend. There are just now a lot of people here. Most of them are in town. Plus, students leave more often on weekend. All these mean that there is not much demand for treatment on weekends. 我们可以注意到，咱们在作答的时候或听听力的时候呢，先要熟知咱们阅读材料中的2个观点。然后以后的答案和听力完全是按照这2个思路来的，所以一定要非常认真、非常仔细的标好号。17套题的第3题是这样的 ：Say goodbye to the big multi-person study tables in Turner Library. This summer, the tables will be exchanged for new personal study cubicles, small one-person desks, enclosed by walls.These new units will allow students to have privacy and work in isolation, and will therefore eliminate noises in the library, so students can concentrate. 同样的也要注意谁打算做什么，又是出于什么样的目的，想要达到的预期，这样有没有一个冲突？ Additionally, the cubicles will enable the library to accommodate the recent increase in the number of students attending our university. Although the current tables seat 6 students each, they make poor use of the available floor space. The cubicles, on the other hand, are designed for maximum space efficiency, and the library can therefore add 15 new seats. 另外一个人呀，就表示了对这样一个做法的一个观点，咱们一定要抓住。首先，第一点，阅读材料中的谁打算做什么，又是出于什么目的，总结成一句话。第二点，他表述了什么观点，支持还是否定，非常明确的说出来。第三个，说出他的观点，这里是不需要我们添加任何个人建议的。那么知道了题目的要求，我们也是先听一下听力。
Now listen to two students discussing the announcement.
They're making a mistake.
What do you mean?
Look, they're trying to do away with distractions so we can study better. But with this change, we won't have anywhere in the library to get together to work on group projects.
True. Group project work is common these days.
So instead of buying these new units, they should use the money to build meeting rooms, and that would reduce any noise in the main library areas.
Yeah, that's what we could really use. There's just not as much need to work in isolation.
Exactly. And the other thing is, what's this about overcrowding? Well, sure, we have more students enrolled at the university this year, but do we really have a problem with overcrowding?
I don't think so. I always get a whole table to myself.
Right. I see empty tables there all the time. It'll just be a waste of money to replace what we have, since what we have now is sufficient for the amount of students that use the library.
好的，听完了听力呢，大家有没有按照这3步来构成自己的答案呢？我们来参考一下。The library is going to change big multi-person study tables into personal study cubicles in order to eliminate noise in the library and accommodate more students attending the university. The man in the conversation thinks the university is making a mistake. 这前2步啊就做出来了。As for the first purpose to reduce distraction, the man says if there is no multi-person tables in the library, there will be no place to get together to do group projects. He thinks instead of changing tables, the university should build meeting rooms to reduce the noise in the library hall. As for the second purpose, to accommodate more students, the man says the library has no problem with overcrowding. He sees empty tables all the time, and the woman always takes a whole table for herself. The man thinks it'll be a waste of money to build the cubicles, since the library now is sufficiently big to hold more students. 那么原先的图书馆已经够大了，所以不需要再花钱了。那么这就是它的第2个反击。那么咱们在作答的时候啊，一定要把这2条啊非常明确的区分开，那么得分点就出来了。那接着呢，我们来看一下第5题。那么第5题呢，通常都是一个人遇到了一个问题，然后啊有2种选择，但这2种选择呢各有利弊，所以我们啊要先总结一下 What is the problem? What are the 2 solutions? And what do you recommend? 那么咱们的作答也是根据这3步来进行的。看一下这个题目的要求之后呢，我们就先来听一下听力。
Listen to part of a conversation between two students.
Hey, Steve, did you get that book on the Russian Revolution Professor Harper wants us to read?
No, none of the bookstores in the campus area had it in stock. They'll get it in about 2 weeks.
So what are you going to do in the meantime? Remember, we're going to be discussing the book starting next Tuesday.
Well, I was thinking of placing a rush order with a bookseller on the internet, so I'd have the book in about a day or 2.
Yeah, but rush order delivery is expensive. You could easily spend twice as much money for the book that way.
I know, but what choice do I have?
Well, since we only have to read a few chapters at a time, you're welcome to share my copy for a few weeks. You know, until you can get yours at the bookstore.
You mean you would read the chapters assigned, give the book to me, I'd read those chapters, then give the book back to you to read the next set of chapters, and so on?
Exactly.
Thanks, but what if I don't get the book back to you in time? Wouldn't you get behind in your reading?
Yeah, maybe, but it should work if we're careful.
好的，听力听完了，大家一定要记住用3步来作答。首先第1步 None of the bookstores in the campus area has the book the man wants, and it'll take about 2 weeks to have the book in stock. But the class will be discussing the book next Tuesday. 那么以上呢就是他遇到了一个问题。那么接下来呢就来看一下两种选择分别是什么。The first solution is to buy the book on the internet and use Russia order delivery, but it'll cost twice as much money as it takes to buy one in the bookstore. The second solution, 那么第二个选择呢 is to share the woman's copy until he can get a book from a bookstore. He can read part of the book one day, and then the woman can read part of the book another day. But the man worries that he won't get the book back to her in time. 那么你会选择哪一种呢？ I prefer the second solution. Just like the woman says, as long as the two students keep careful, they won't delay each other. Furthermore, they only have to share the book for 2 weeks, since bookstores will have the book in 2 weeks. 那么咱们除了要表明自己的观点之后呢，还要进行1、2句话对咱们这个观点的一个支撑，那么不需要说太多。那么这3步啊完成了，注意控制时间，咱们在练习的时候呀也一定要掐时间来做。那么17套题的第5题啊，同样一个问题2个 solutions， 那么我们的建议是什么？一定要给出我们的原因。那么我们先来听一下听力。
Listen to a conversation between two students.
Hey, Sally. I just got the first draft of my research paper back from Professor Stone.
Just now? I got mine back a few days ago.
Yeah, everyone else in the class that I know of got theirs a few days ago, too.
But the deadline, you're running out of time.
Yeah, I'm worried. I only have 1 day to review all his comments and write my final draft. He made a lot of suggestions.
You should definitely ask Professor Stone for a deadline extension. He should take some responsibility for the situation. It is sort of his fault. You won't have much time to work on it before the due date.
I've thought about that, but would he think I was being pushy or criticizing him for not getting the paper back to me right away? I don't want to offend him.
True, but it's your grade we're talking about. You've got a legitimate concern, but it's understandable if you're uncomfortable asking.
Yeah, I'm in a tough spot.
You know, you could always just do your best with the time you have left. You're a good student. I bet you can finish it quickly, work really fast, and it'll still turn out good.
Do my best with the time I have left. Well, if I worked really hard, I imagine I might do okay, but I'd have to be sure to deal with all his comments. I need a good grade.
好的，听力听完了呢 What is the problem? 我们先来回答一下。The man just got his first draft of paper from the professor, and he has to review all the comments and write a final draft. 那么这就是他的问题了。But there is only 1 day left. 那么时间非常的紧迫。那么别人给他提供了2个 solutions， 我们来看一下。The first suggestion is to ask professor for a deadline extension, since all the other students got their paper a few days ago, and only the man got his paper just now. The professor should take some responsibility for this situation, but the man doesn't want to seem pushy and offensive. The second possible solution is to do his best with the time left. He can finish the paper quickly and work hard. Since he is a pretty good student, he can get a pretty good grade. But there are too many comments to deal with. 你们这2种选择呀，都各有利弊。If I were the man, I would choose the first solution. Since this is the professor's fault, even if it'll be a little uncomfortable asking the extension, it's still reasonable to do so. There is no need to worry about being offensive. The man just need to tell the problem to the professor in the first place. I'm sure the professor will understand. 那么3步走的这样一个战略，大家把握好了，相信啊，大家如果能把握好时间的话，这个题对大家的难度应该是不大的。那么以上呢，就是咱们第2部分的全部内容。